All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we're the brothers here out of Great Millstone, Atlanta. This is Gamal Yala.
The Yaikwad.
All right, and first and foremost, we're giving all praises to
Yahweh,
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Awaken that are pushing out this truth and sincerity. All right, it's a quick lesson. All right, and it's gonna be entitled "People Are Being Forcibly Awakened."
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we're talking about the times that we're living in. Everyone is looking for answers. Okay, especially with this pestilence, the COVID-19. A lot of people are going to third-party news and a lot of information from truthers. A lot of people are being more receptive of conscious news, conscious media. Truthers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you have a lot of truthers out there on the internet. Okay, that expose the system. All right, and a lot of the information is on point. That's why a lot of us in Great Millstone, we share a lot of videos of people bringing out information. Okay, because at the end of the day, it's still in line with prophecy.
Yeah.
But these people, on the other hand, they're starting to get into, this information. They're starting to wake up to the reality. All right, and it's the title of the lesson being they're being forcibly awakened because, these people are asleep. They're spiritually asleep, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're forcibly awakened, when you're forcibly woken out of your sleep, you're gonna be cranky. You're gonna have symptoms, you might be disoriented. Like when someone wakes you up out of the middle of your sleep. All right, how the hell you wake me up? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a level of discomfort. With that. When you're just forcibly woken up. No one likes to be woken out of their sleep.
Yeah.
Everyone is like, you especially when you have an alarm clock. All right, and that alarm clock just keeps going. It's uncomfortable. No one, who wants to wake up like that?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start off with that in Romans.
Okay, come. This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe."
Yeah, knowing the time, all right, which it says now is the high time to awake out of sleep. So the point being is you're gonna have a lot of our people, which are the Israelites, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Yeah.
You're going to start to realize things. Okay, the closer we get to the end, the very end of things, and the more things start to happen, you're gonna be awakened, to certain things, and it may not necessarily be that you're an Israelite. Eventually the 1/3 will wake up to the fact that they're Israelites, and eventually, have faith in Yahweh Shem Shai, the elect in the 1/3. But you're even gonna have the 2/3 that are gonna be hip to certain things. They're gonna they're not gonna be completely just lost in doubt. They're gonna understand. They may not come under the understanding that they're Israelite or have faith, but they may know certain things as far as knowing.
Yeah.
All right, so the point being is that everyone is being awoken to the truth. I'm talking about the reality of the fact that we're in the end times.
Yeah. And if I could add on, a lot of people, even before this happened, a lot of Israelites or a lot of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, they did know they were Israelites, but now these times of persecution, these times of uncomfortability, is forcing action. All right, now it's okay. I'm an Israelite, but now what am I going to do about it? Application. And the application is really what the Lord is seeking. He can care less if you know you're an Israelite. Are you keeping the commandments of our God? You know, are you doing the Heavenly Father's will? Okay, because the Pharisees, Sadducees, the wicked ones, they knew they were Israelites. They knew the commandments, but they didn't apply them. You know, and that was the difference between them and Yahweh Shai. All right, and this is going to actually further elaborate on this scripture. All right, it says, verse 12, it says, "The night is far spent, the day is at hand." You know, and right now it's daytime. And daytime means what? It's time to work. It's you have an opportunity of leisure. You have an opportunity to get this information. All right, you know. So it says, "Let us therefore cast off the works. Let us cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light." Verse 13, "Let us walk honestly, as in the days, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying." You know, so it's in the Lord. He's causing all of those to be being drunken, rioting, and throwing parties. He's causing all that to come to an end, man. All right, because what he's trying to get his people, the sincere ones of his people, to come out of that darkness and walk accordingly, man. You know, and you also mentioned earlier, you were saying that the people who are being awakened are being put in a position of uncomfortability. All right, and because they've been in a deep sleep. But also when you sleep, what you typically don't have the garments that you put on when you go out to your daily livelihood. You know, you might have some boxers, or you might have some pajamas.
That's a good point.
You know, so but the Lord is telling us to put on that full armor. All right, and actually the precept for that is Isaiah the 52nd chapter, the first verse. It says, "Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments."
Yeah, it says awake, awake. You know, that's it said awake twice. Like when you shake someone, you're like, awake, awake. You're like, look, get up, wake up. You know, it said what for Zion? What
it says, "Put on thy strength, O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments."
Yeah, and this is like the Lord basically saying, look, man, wake up, man, put on your strength. You know, put on like you get like you said, when you're in the bed, you know, you have on your pajamas, you don't have on your strength.
Right. Exactly.
You know, like you said, and basically saying, put on your strength. You know, hey, awake, awake, put on your strength, gird up. Because when you're on a battlefield, you ain't getting no good sleep like that. You can't get when you're on a battle, when you're at war, I'll say. At any time the enemy can attack. Yeah. So you gotta always be alert. You gotta always, be on your guard. But the point being is that, these people, they're being forced to wake up to a reality that they haven't known. They've ignored for a long time.
Right.
You know. Absolutely. I got a quick one, or was there more on that? You keep going.
It's tab. It says, "O Jerusalem, the holy city, for henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean." You know, because the Lord was establishing this tabernacle of David. He's cutting off those who are insincere and those who just refuse to hearken, man. All right, he's sealing the elect, and when everything is finalized, man, we're gonna be delivered, and everybody else is gonna be destroyed, man. That's why we crying to our people to hearken, man, and wake up. You know, and waking up, it doesn't just mean you're an Israelite, knowing you're an Israelite. It means putting on thy garments, which is in thy strength, which is keeping the commandments, man. You know, you got
it. Right. I got a quick one. This is Isaiah 55:6. "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near." Okay. Yeah. So I said, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. So really, it's best to inquire, or what's that other one? Inquire early of the Lord. I find
seek the Lord while he may be found.
Well, that's what we read.
Okay.
It's another one. It's like inquire early. I'll find it in a second. But basically, that's what you want to do so that you won't be caught by surprise. You won't be all messed up. Like brothers always saying. Brothers always say this phrase. You gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Right.
So a lot of these people are being forced to get ready. A lot of these people are being forced to wake up out of sleep, rather than with as far as us, we weren't really forced out of sleep. We woke up naturally. Well, I'll say this: the Lord woke us up naturally, and He gave us time to prepare our minds. He gave us a start. He gave us some years head start to be able to bear what's coming. But I'll put it like this: like when you wake up in the morning, let's say you wake up at 5, and let's say you got to work at 8 a.m. Let's say you just naturally, your body alarm clock wakes you up. You wake up naturally at 5 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? You feel good. You know what I'm saying? You feel refreshed. And guess what? You got what? 2 hours to get dressed and go to work. You could even work out. Yeah. But you have time to start your day.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas a lot of these people, they're waking up,
that's a good point.
With 5, they're waking up. They gotta be at work at 8. They're waking up at 7:45.
Yeah.
And they're trying to, they gotta rush. Oh damn, I gotta get ready before I'm late to work. You know what I'm saying? And that's, like I said, that's the spirit that that's a good analogy to look at it, because a lot of these people are scrambling for answers at the last minute, whereas the Lord gave us through the Spirit, a little bit more time to get ready, But it says, "Seek ye the Lord," Isaiah 55:6. "Seek ye the Lord while He may be found. Call upon Him while He is near." And there's still time. All right, there's still time to get this thing, man. Seek ye the Lord while He may be found. Because basically what it's saying is, get this understanding, get with the Lord before the doors of mercy close. Okay, before that spiritual ark closes. Okay, because the spiritual ark is gonna close, and those that are left out of the ark, they're gonna be flooded. Flooded by Satan.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
You got it.
Matter of fact, I wanted to get a scripture that you actually made me think of when you were speaking of basically it's going to be when people being awake 2 hours before work rather than being awake 15 minutes before work, you're going to miss something. You're not going to be able to execute and do everything properly, because you're saying you're not going to be able to make it. I'm gonna compare it to the parable that Yahushua spoke of. He said there were 5 wise virgins and 5 foolish. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, certain of the foolish virgins, they didn't, in the time that they did have, they didn't exercise what was necessary adequately, so they didn't have the oil. So what? They had to turn around. But by the time it was for the virgins to come in, they weren't prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And so they didn't make it into the door. They didn't make it to work. And so what? They were cast outside. And they weren't. Mm-hmm. They didn't enter into that rest, man.
That's a beautiful point. Yeah. Like you said, the 5 unwise virgins. Okay, they didn't take, like you said, they didn't prepare. They didn't have their oil. And another parable too is you got 11th hour Israelites. Yeah. Now of course some of the elect gonna wake up at the last minute. Mm-hmm. And that's just the way the Lord operates. You're gonna have men coming in and be sincere. You're gonna have men come in at different times and be sincere. But this is really, basically talking about the masses of people and how they're being forced to accept the reality, right? Which is America being destroyed.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah. This is what I believe this is what you were asking for earlier. Mm-hmm. This is Psalms chapter 78, verse 34. It says, "When He slew them, then they sought Him, and they returned and inquired early after God."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that was it basically, and that's the power of inquiring early, after the Most High, because you don't want to be a procrastinator.
Yeah.
Just like with the grocery store.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
you have people rushing to get toilet paper, people rushing to get water and stuff.
Sanitizer.
Yeah, exactly. Sanitizer, different things. But you had us or certain people that already saw it coming. We were already able to get certain things before people panic.
And if I may,
Mm-hmm.
that's the Lord actually set that up through the Spirit, because that was I just through the Spirit, like that's really symbolism. Like toilet paper and sanitizer, what are tools to clean.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these people are rushing to the end to try to be clean, but it's not gonna happen, man. It's not gonna work. The Lord, hey, Yahweh Shema Shah, for much is given, much is required, man. The prophets have been out on the street, and you have not hearkened. You just, when the alarm went off, the trumpet sounded, what? You just, you hit it 5 more minutes, or you just slept through it, man, until the King of Terror comes and rips you out of your bed, man. And then there it should be weeping and gnashing of teeth. All right, so right now it's still daytime, man. It's still daytime. So what we are trying to do is to get the Israelites who are willing to convert themselves over to Yahweh Shai to do what's necessary, man, to save your life and save your household, man. These other people are, they're looking confused and confounded because they don't have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, man. And if you don't, that's the only way to be able to maneuver in this time of darkness, man. You have to have Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Right. I got something. 1 Thessalonians 5:2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. All right, and a thief in the night. Okay, it's gonna wake you up out your sleep.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to deal. You're gonna have to basically think quick.
Yeah.
When someone breaks in your house, your adrenaline is rushing. You got to think quick. You got to figure out, okay, damn, what do I do? How do I escape? Do I need to escape? Do I need to protect myself? Defend myself? Do I need to, which that's how Yahweh Shai is coming, okay? Which is he's catching you off guard, all right? And it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And that's the times we're living in too, okay? Because basically, everything is kind of slow right now. Esau is teasing this thing.
Yeah.
But the sudden destruction is getting ready to come. You're gonna have Jacob's trouble, which is that sudden a part of that sudden destruction. It says, verse 4, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Okay, that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of inquiring, or that's the severity of seeking the Lord early. There's another one, seek the Lord in thy youth.
Yeah.
So that's the mercy that the Lord had on us to be able to understand this thing, so that we don't bug out. Isaiah 33:6. Yeah. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. All right, and a lot of these people, the reason why they're unstable. Okay, a lot of these people, the reason why they're bugging out, and the reason why they're not, you got a lot of these people depressed, and their anxiety is bad, and people are scared. People are very, very scared. You got people that can't sleep at night. And the reason why is because they don't have that knowledge and wisdom as comfort. We know the kingdom is coming. That's one thing that fuels us. That's one thing that we have a hope for. We know that it's the Lord doing these things in this judgment. So we have a better understanding of why this is happening, and we have an understanding of what's to come. Okay, so that day doesn't overtake us as a thief, like we just read. Okay.
I had a precept for you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 41. watch and pray,
Mm-hmm.
that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. It says watch and pray. And that's the spirit that we gotta be in. That's the spirit that we've been in, watching and praying. Scriptures refer to the prophets as the seers and the watchmen. Okay, so we've been watching, we've been understanding, but for the people that haven't been watching, it's like you're trying to, like we said, just figure things out quick. You haven't been watching, so you're being thrown into. It's kind of like swimming.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of practicing, learning how to and what I'm saying, working on your skills and learning how to tread water and stay float and stuff like that. These people are just being thrown into the deep end.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, it's like sink or swim, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Because that reality, the reality hitting them is like being thrown into the deep end.
Yeah.
Because now you're forced to deal with deep issues that you have no understanding of. You can't go to the Bible and float.
That's
Mm-hmm.
heavy. That's heavy, brother. Because somebody posted a picture in a Walmart somewhere where the book section with the Bibles, it was all clean, clear. It was the Bibles were gone. But like the brother just said, you're trying to rush and grab Bibles now. You're not going to understand it. Mm-hmm. You're not going to have the spiritual fortitude to comprehend or enact what's in this Bible, man. All right, this Bible is not something where this is not the Odysseus, man. This is not Homer, all right? This is a spiritual guide, man. Yeah. All right, anybody that knows any strategy with military or sports, you don't go first. If I just hand somebody a military map of how to exercise an operation, you're not going. First of all, you're going to have to go over it time and time and time again. Mm-hmm. Second of all, if it's just thrown in front of your face, you're not going to know what it's talking about. You're not going to know what 4D is talking about, or what is this? What building is this? Well, for instance, football or basketball. You're not going to comprehend those X and O's if you have not been, practicing and exercising and going over this map and this spreadsheet, man. Mm-hmm. So that's why we, Lord willing, man, the elect hearken unto this word, man. Everybody else, man, this is a condemnation. It's a condemnation. And this Bible is only given to the Israelites regardless. Got all these other nations trying to get understanding from the scripture. We giving you the understanding, man.
I got one real quick. Okay. Or was that it on that?
Yeah, that was one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get a couple more.
Okay.
This is Acts 8.
I can grab it for you.
No, I'm right here. Right. It's Acts 8:30. It says, and Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah and said unto him, understandest thou what thou readest? Mm. And he said, how can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip that would come and sit with him. So basically, like the brother said, this is Philip. Okay, and he's basically saying, or Isaiah said, do you understand what you're reading? And he said, how can I except someone teach me? So like the brother said, how you got people that are grabbing Bibles and, they're trying to, make sense of things. They're treading in deep waters. These people are trying to understand prophecy and bypassing the milk.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Because the scriptures say, desire the milk,
sincere milk.
Mm-hmm, desire the sincere milk. Do not go above that which you're able. Yeah. These are scriptures that basically go into, Yahushua said, come as a babe. So you gotta deal with the first level first. Okay, I'm an Israelite. These people are grabbing Bibles and they're trying to go straight to prophecy. These people are going to, what you're going to hear also is you're going to hear a lot of people talking about the book of Revelation.
Yeah.
You're going to hear a lot of people, using that word, revelation, because a lot of these people are going to get Bibles and they're going to go straight to Revelation as if, okay, this is the book. This is the book that we need to read. to understand what's going on because you know it's going to reveal everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what they're going to go to. But revelation is going to go above their head. You know, all these scriptures are going to go above their head unless someone teaches it to you. So you people are trying to bypass the structure and the order that the Lord has set up, or you know, bypass the men that the Lord set up to teach you. And now you wanna basically you know, teach yourselves, educate yourselves, and it's overwhelming you. That's the whole point of the lesson, is that you people are being overwhelmed with information. Yeah. You know, and it's causing you to bug out, and it's causing you to you know, deal with demons that are high, that are, you know, higher than you. Yeah. You know? Mm-hmm.
And then like the brother's saying, you've been over consumed with information. But the bishop also often notes that, you know, it's a lot of information out there, but what filtration system are you using? Mm-hmm. You know, in these scriptures, not just having the scriptures, the understanding of the scriptures is what properly filtrates that that information, so you won't go insane, man.
Right.
You know, if we just, all the information that we have studying, and we didn't go into these scriptures to decipher what's right and what's wrong, we will be discombobulated, man. And ultimately, whatever we're doing is going to come to naught. And that's what's taking place before our eyes. A lot of you people, you don't have the understanding of the scriptures, so you're not going to know which is right and which is left in these last days, man. Mm-hmm. All right, and ultimately, you're not going to have the faith, you know, because the faith comes through what? The works, man. Mm-hmm. Or you haven't been applying yourself, man. You know?
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I had Ezekiel for you.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. All right, and this is supporting what the brother was saying. Basically, it's an established order that Yahweh Shemi Shai has set up. All right, there's certain men that have been ordained to be teachers and leaders, and to decipher what is right and wrong and what this Bible is speaking about, man, and what is to come. You know, this is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. You know, and also another point, the brother was saying, you know, basically, you're not going to be prepared. For instance, like a watchman is he's not overcome by the night. He's not overcome because he's at the high tower. He sees what's coming from the valley, what's coming to the city. You know. But if you're not hearkening to the watchman, you're on the inner parts of the citadel. You can't see what's happening miles away. So by the time you understand what's going on or can perceive what's going on, the enemy is at the gates, man. All right, and you haven't prepared. So what? The city is going to be overcome, and that city is you, man. You as an individual are going to be overcome, man. You know. You got this verse 18. It says, "When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speak to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul."
That's right. Thou hast delivered thy soul. All right, and you know, that's the reason why we're doing what we're doing, is so that we can deliver our soul. Yeah. You know, warning the wicked from their ways. You know, but on the flip side, it says when you put the warning out and they don't listen to you, okay, the blood is on their hands. You know, and you know, a lot of you people, the blood is going to be on your hands because we've been telling you. A lot of you people have ignored the Israelites, and now because of pride, you want to try to figure this thing out for yourself. Yeah. You know, you've been told, you know, that martial law was coming, and pestilence and all these different things was coming. The RFID microchip. You've been told these things, but now, you know, now you wanna because of pride, you're not gonna go back to those Israelites and say, right, "Oh, y'all was right." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I know all these things in the Bible. Can you teach me? Exactly. A lot of you people are gonna go get a Bible and try to, you know, force force it. You're gonna try to force it, and you know you're gonna try to make sense of things. And oh, well, you know that must mean that. That must. You're gonna try to figure it out because you got pride on you, and you don't want to. You don't want to. You know, try to figure it out. You know, so you got anything else?
Yeah, this is Romans chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for,
Mm-hmm.
but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Mm-hmm.
According as it is written, God hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day.
Right. So, you know, going back to the title of the lesson which is these people are being forcibly awakened. Okay. The bottom line is the Lord, if the Lord wants you to be asleep, then you're gonna stay asleep. Everything is the will of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the Heavenly Father and His Son.
Yeah.
You know. So basically it boils down to whether you're of the elect or you're not.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're of the elect and 1/3, then you're gonna start to see it. It'll start to click. But if you're not, then the Lord just put a deep sleep on you, and there's no one that can take that off. If the Lord has the spirit of deep sleep on someone, He is the only one that can take it off.
Yeah.
You know, that's why when you talk to certain people, you know, it's not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah.
You realize that I'm wasting my time because, you know, you just be wasting your time because you realize you're seeing that the Lord still has that spirit of slumber on them. Now, until the Lord begins to take that spirit off and deal with them, then you'll start to see, okay, well, all right, you know, I can teach them something, I can deal with them. But other than that, you know, basically you wasted your time, you know. But, you know, that's pretty much the point, which is, you know, people are forced to find answers, you know, and make sense of the times. Mm-hmm. All right, when, you know, the elect has been, you know, a lot more prepared, and you know, B, that, you know, we've been you know, praying and fasting and gearing our spirit for these times. Yeah. And you know, the Lord just gave us a little bit of head start. So that's, you know, one more reason to really appreciate the Lord, you know, that He's given us this knowledge and wisdom and understanding. Okay. And, you know, just continue to push. So, all right. I don't know. Did you have any?
Oh, no, that's like you said, brother. Continue to push, man.
Mm-hmm. Kind of, yeah. So we're gonna wrap up with that. All right. Giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.